Hello, 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 and thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Soraya Marshall Wright. Welcome to The World According to Soraya. For those of you who do not know, I'm an elder law and estate planning attorney in South Carolina, and I help individuals plan for the unexpected and protect their valuables through strategic planning so that they're not just able to leave a legacy for future generations, but in a better position to avoid living in poverty when they're no longer able to work. All right, so today I actually want to talk about the last two movies that I saw. I know, in the introduction, I told you that there'd be random information and random alert. All right, so this past weekend, I actually went to go see Ralph Breaks the Internet with my kids. Wonderful, wonderful movie. Great little message. So if you haven't seen it and you have little ones in your family, take them to go see it. The previous weekend, without the kids, of course, I went to go see Creed 2. I love Creed. I saw the first Creed movie and I couldn't wait to see the second one. All right. Believe it or not, I thought there was a bit of an overlap that I want to share with you. This is The World According to Soraya, and I can do that. So here it goes. All right. So in Ralph Breaks the Internet, we were introduced to a character who was a race car driver type character. She was in a video game, and she indicated early on that she was bored with the life or the game that she was assigned to. But when the time came that the life or the game would be affected or would no longer exist, she freaked out and she didn't want to leave it. Ironically enough, on a quest to save the life that she was bored with to begin with, she discovered what she was truly passionate about, the life that she was truly passionate about, the place that she actually wanted to be in. And it terrified her because she had nothing to go on. It was completely against what she was created or who she was created to play, the role she was created to play. It was also unexpected, and she felt like she would have to leave her best friend behind. And of course, the life as she knew it would cease to exist. But when she finally got to the point where she embraced all that and she figured out how it would all work out, and she figured out that, hey, you don't necessarily have to have a parallel life with your best friends to remain best friends, everything worked out. In Creed, on the other hand, and I actually want to backtrack to the very first Creed. In Creed 1, it's been a couple years, so I may be a little off, but pretty close. I think this was the opening scene. We met the main character, Adonis, and we see him meeting who we know as his mother in what I think was a juvenile detention center. And before his mother even met him, she was, of course, his adoptive mom. She knew that one of the problems that he had was that he liked to fight a lot. He couldn't stop fighting. But after, of course, she brought him under her wing, he was exposed to the fact that he was supposed to be a fighter. His father was actually a very good and well-known fighter. And all of the things that he didn't know how to channel, he now knew where they came from. And I think that was kind of the little character's problem in Ralph Breaks the Internet. She had nothing to go on. She was a video game character. She had no legacy to follow. She had nothing that seemed to be the norm, and she kind of had to create her own path. But it was nevertheless the path that made her happy. In the second Creed movie, he was faced with something similar. He had to fight a battle that I don't know whether or not he necessarily believed in, but it was one that was part of his legacy. It was something that started with his father. And because he knew who he was, and he knew what was expected of him, and he knew who his father was, and he knew who his legacy, what his legacy was, he was able to navigate through that situation and succeed. So what exactly am I trying to get to, and how in the world is this even related to estate or legacy planning? All right, so here's the deal. My opinion is that a person's legacy is directly related to the experiences that they leave with others. The experiences specifically which have the likelihood, the ability, the propensity to alter, improve, influence, or better their lives. That is your legacy. And yes, that includes the family stories, that includes the recipes, that includes all of the little things that you've been doing all of your lives. That includes the traditions that you don't necessarily even think are important. So the things that you look today as your norm may be the very things that answer everything for your great-grandchild. Maybe the very thing that leads them to believe that all the things that I'm drawn to, even if it appears to be completely outside of what everyone else deems acceptable, it is who I am. And it will ultimately make them a better person if they are aware of it. So, what's your job? Your job now is to make sure that future generations are aware of your legacy. And, of course, the only way to do that is to plan, to be proactive planners. And estate planning can help you with that. And I happen to be an estate planning attorney. If you are in South Carolina, I'd be happy to serve you. If you are not, your legacy matters, not just to you, but to those who will come after you. If you didn't know, now you know. And I'll see you next time.